Hi everyone, hope you're alright and all well. This wasn't how I planned to spend my Sunday, but fate, it seems, has other plans. So I spoke in my last video about fungus gnats and how there was a mass infestation of the little gits. I thought I'd probably get away without doing Big Ben here, which is a Benjamina, Ficus Benjamina. It was originally purchased, I purchased it from somebody on Facebook Marketplace. So I've had it probably just a little under a year now. He's been doing great, but like I said, the fungus gnats have actually got in the soil, and this is the original soil that it came in, really, and that's the original pot there. So it's quite deep. You can see the root system's quite overgrown, so I'm not sure what this stuff is. It's very fine, like peat type stuff. I'm not sure. So yeah, I noticed them last night and I thought, oh, that's all I need, never mind. So let's have a look at the root system here. I'm not sure how tall this guy is. He's probably about I don't know, maybe 3 foot, maybe. It originally was about 5 foot, but I had to cut it down to get it in the door. At the ends here, I'll show you the bottom of the roots. We've got 2 that have merged here. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on right inside here as well. I'm hoping that I can at least try and separate this one here. I want to try and separate this one. What I might do actually is try and separate all of them, but yeah, take it from there. The roots are crazy, absolutely crazy. Very thick, which is a good thing, but some of them probably need trimming. A lot of them need trimming. But what I'm thinking about doing is just basically cutting it right down. If I can separate them, I might try and merge a couple of them, maybe. I don't know, I'll see if I can merge them. If not, then yeah, I'm not sure. But I'm going to carry on, and I've probably been doing this for about 45 minutes so far, trying to get all the compost out of the... I didn't want to film it all because it would have been boring as hell. So yeah. So I'm going to carry on with that, and if I can get a better view here, I'll start the video up again. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, right, I've got a lot of the soil out of the roots. So the main game will be to try and separate them. I've given this one a bit of a pull, and that one's separated. The other one's still obviously merged there. That's going to be a saw or a knife job. This one came with a bit of persuasion, but I think the problem is going to be... Where are you now? Right down here. There's a root here. Let's see if I can get in there a little bit. Yeah, though this root here is quite big. It's actually going through this root here. So I might have to cut that off to try and get this one away from it. Got some aerial roots as well. So yeah, it's going well so far. I mean, the idea will be here to... Sorry about my finger, I'm trying to do everything all here on my own. The idea will be try and flatten the roots and get them like radial instead of... Because being in that pot there, they've all been growing downwards. So what I need to do now is to put it in a shallower pot and try and get the roots, train the roots to grow radially rather than like sort of vertically. So you can see they're all kind of going downwards. I've checked the middle and it is possible. I just can't really show you very well because I need another pair of hands. But yeah, So I'm going to carry on, and I'll hit the record if ever I feel the need to do so. Yeah, it's in pretty good health anyway. The soil was just moist. It was ideal condition for it, really. It's just a shame it got infested. I'm going to carry on. Okay, so now the next problem is going to be, where's my chopstick gone? The next problem is going to be here anyway, where this merges here. I'm going to try and separate it, because around here a big root from this tree is actually going through the root of this tree. So I've basically got no choice really but to separate them here, so I can free this one, if that makes sense. I don't know if I can get in enough to show you. But that's the actual root there. That one is going through the middle where it's kind of joined. So yeah, I'm going to crack on and do that, and if it's a success, then I'll obviously show you. If it fails, I'll still show you. Not everything works the way we hope it works, but it's a learning curve. Okay, right, I've actually managed to separate them. There's the cut there, which I'll put some cut paste on that, just to keep it from getting anything nasty in there. And this is the one that was separated, so it's actually got quite a good root system on it as well, luckily. Where's the chop there? So yeah, one of the roots there was attached as well to the other one. There we go. So I'll clean all this up, fix it up a bit and give it a trim, and I'll put that one separately, I think, for now. So yeah, so that was operation successful for that one. Right, the next task will be to separate these bad boys. These are very kind of matted together, so I think I'm just going to have to wiggle it just a little bit. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Right, okay, that wasn't that bad actually. They were matted together obviously, but with a bit of wiggling and gentle pulling, they did come apart without any damage, which is awesome. Because if you damage the roots, then it could set the tree back a while. So let's show you from above. Oh, excuse me. Right, there we go. So that's them from above. Whew. So I'll next thing to do is to check the roots on each one in turn and address things like this here, where you've got this one going that way, and see what we can do, really try and even them out, give them some pruning maybe, a little bit, a lot of it, yeah, a lot. So yeah, I don't even know if I've got any pots for these either. I'll figure something out. I'm going to have to cut them down anyway. I don't really want them this tall. They've been in that pot. I don't even know how long they've been in that pot, because like I said, I got it off somebody on Facebook Marketplace, but I'm guessing they've been there a while. So yeah, I can carry on. Right, okay, so this is just one of them. Much like the actual top part of the tree, when you're doing bonsai, you don't want growth that's grown sort of like downwards like this. So you have to remember the saying, as above so below. That kind of says it all about everything really, but I ain't going to go into that. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is, it's too big to bend. The parent part of it is bendable, but this part isn't. So I'm basically just going to chop that off. Try anyway with one hand. I'm just going to chop it off there, like so. There we go. We don't need that. Let's have a look at the rest of them. See, these are okay. So you can get we can get a nice spread of these, and we can redirect some of these as well. That one I might chop off there, it's a bit high. Let's chop that one. There's there. What else have we got here? I think that one's actually okay. The rest I can actually manipulate in some way to get them to lie flat, because that's the object. We want them nice and flat. We don't want them like this. We want them like nice and flat. So let's have a look at the other one. Here, focus here. Thank you. Ah, you bugger. Yeah, same with this one here as well, actually. Got a bit of an... might actually get away with that one. I can bend that one, so I'm going to leave that one, and we'll train it to go that way. I don't want to cut them unnecessarily. I wish I knew how old what these were. Well, that one's well twisty. So I could probably train that one as well. Don't really want to cut that one. Don't know what's going on here. That's like a growing through another one. Yeah, so I mean that one's massive. Look at the size of that. Chubby checker, that one. So yeah, I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to cut that one. That's just that's going to cause a major imbalance in the tree. So all the other roots look roughly about the same diameter, but that one's just too thick. So I might cut that one down to about here maybe. Trying to think, that's the best way to do it. Excuse me. Yes, again. So I want to try and cut it at an angle, so that if I cut it here, the new roots that come off this will sort of come downwards rather than upwards. So let me just make sure I get the right angle here. Sorry about the camera again. Yeah, so I'm going to try it about there. Okay. It is very hard with one hand. There we go. So yeah. And I'm not sure if Ficus is actually grow from root cuttings. If you know, then let us know. I don't know if they do. I don't think they do. So yeah, I mean, actually, I think I'm not going to bother. I think I'm just going to have to cut this right here because I can't manipulate that. I can't bend it. It's going in the wrong direction anyway. See, it's all going this way, and we already have this one here. So I think I'm going to cut that one back even further. Alright. Right, I'll do this off camera and then start again. Okay, so we've got now like 3 separate trees. I've pruned the roots as best as I can without being too severe. The next step is going to be just to give them a bit of a clean, try and get rid of all that old soil off them. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm just using an old toothbrush for this because it's nice and soft. I'm using lukewarm water as well because I don't want to put cold water in because it might just stress it. I mean, they are supposed to be kept above a certain temperature, so it kind of makes sense to make sure that the water's at temperature as well. Otherwise it might get a bit stressed. And we don't want that. I think I've stressed him enough. But we ain't even finished yet, so try and minimalise the stress levels as much as possible. I had to cut a lot of the roots, but saying that, I also have to I mean, what you have to consider is bonsai is about balance. So it's like if you cut too much off the roots, you've got to make sure you cut more off the top. Otherwise there'll be an imbalance and we'll have problems. So it's just trying to judge that balance, or as near to that balance, so that the tree can then adjust. If it's too far one way or another, that's when you start having problems. So but yeah, I think we've got enough roots there for now. There's not a lot of feeder roots, but there are some. A lot of the feeder roots were on the longer ones that I've cut off. But yeah, I'm going to be putting him in some sort of compost and sand kind of mix with some gravel as well. So yeah, so I'm going to crack on with that. Okay, so if you're using sand and a fine compost, what do you do about the holes? Tuco?
Tight, yeah!
Nope. Close. Jay?
Tights.
That's it. Tights. Okay, so I've put a thin layer of the tights there at the bottom to cover the holes, and then I'm adding some fine grit to keep that down. Let's get some more. That should do it. And then I'll put the compost on top of that. Sorted.